Oh man, let's just get it started. Woo! Totally just walked up after the reaction video. Oh man. Oh man, as you see, I found one more green shirt. So today is probably the last day. We'll be with the green shirt. I tell you, 80% of my gym shirts I used to go to the gym are green shirts. 80% of them. Alright, let's get started though. I was going to react to this. I hear Tales from the Foundation finding a job something, which was this Scarlet King 001. But it only been out for 54 minutes, so I don't like reacting to like new stuff. I wanted to, like, you know, first, you know, get all the people there, and then, you know what I mean, then I react to it, even though it's not gonna change too much because I'm a small channel, but I don't care. Let's get it started. Godzilla SCP SCP-2954 looping Kaiju killing experimentation. But you already know the boy, the Dr. Bob, fire YouTuber. I love how he does his storytelling and then the explanation of the SCP. I just like it. It's unique to me. Original video in the description. Go check it out. I'll be happy to give you one more subscriber. Let's get it started.
A gigantic monster stomps across the land, with nothing able to stop its rampage except for... Come and eat, cries out a voice, and the monster suddenly stops and falls to the side.
that was anticlimactic intro. You guys don't know it's hard for me to say English words. That's my accent.
The child picks up his toy and runs back to where his mother and father have spread out a picnic lunch. As they eat, the boy asks his father about the nearby buildings.
Picnics are fun,
series of 6 identical structures, each of which is a small rectangular building with a satellite dish on top of it.
My mouse is in my
The weathered
mic.
buildings look like they have been out here for some time, and the father tells the boy that he isn't sure exactly what they are or what their purpose is, but that they were probably built during the war. What war? The young boy asks. The Pacific War, his father answers. What was that? It was a war fought by many countries of the world. Why did they fight? The boy asks.
Yo, we're the panic. Boy, just eat your food. Stop asking me so many questions.
Well, there were a lot of reasons.
Okay.
What were some of the reasons? The father has played this game many times before, and he knows if he doesn't end this line of questioning now, that he'll never be able to eat his lunch. The mother, sensing the same, tells the boy that if he wants to, he can go and play with his toy some more.
Okay.
The boy doesn't need to be given the option again. He quickly gets up and grabs his toy monster before running off to play. Don't go too far, his mother calls out as she watches her son head in the direction of one of the buildings. The boy stops in the shadow of one of the large satellite dishes and sits down in the grass to resume his monster's path of destruction across the countryside. As the monster moves through the tall grass, though, the shadow he is sitting in suddenly starts to shift. The boy looks up to see that the satellite dish on top of the building is moving. With a groan, it begins to turn and change its angle. And it isn't just the one in the building closest to him that's moving.
Every single,
of the 6 satellite
every
dishes
single one of them.
The same thing.
I don't try not to pause too much, even though I just pause. I'm telling you, you want to see no pausing, no reaction. I don't know why you click on this video. As you see, it's a reaction video. Original video in the description. I'd be happy if you support the original creator.
Turning to point towards the same spot on the horizon. The boy squints in the sunlight and sees what they're all now directed towards. Off, far in the distance, is a real monster. It's a massive looking creature, a huge half-fish, half-lizard.
Hell nah, yo! Miss me with that. Oh, hell
nah.
Covered in
scales and spiky fins. It must be at least 50 meters tall or more.
I'm guessing the satellites, they like shoot a beam or something.
And it's coming straight towards him. The boy can already hear the sounds of its giant webbed feet stomping and shaking the ground. And as it gets closer, its high-pitched shrieks and cries become audible too.
Oh hell
to the cacophony, an air raid siren begins to wail, followed by the sounds of gunfire, the marching of hundreds of boots, and the roar of engines.
What's happening?
The boy looks around, but he doesn't see any of it. It's just him, the buildings, and the monster. The boy can't run, though. He's frozen in fear. All he can do is watch as it swipes at trees and power lines, knocking them down with ease, all while getting closer and closer.
Yeah, that's scary.
The satellite dishes finally finish their slow alignment, and there's a loud humming noise, followed by a loud cracking sound, as each one emits a bright beam
what that said, man?
Of electricity at the monster. The creature stops its assault and howls in pain as the 6 satellites focus their beams on it.
I'm gonna do nothing.
And the monster appears stunned.
Yeah.
But then it looks up and continues to come forward. This time even faster than before.
Oh hell nah,
yo!
Is
only hundreds of feet away now.
Hell
and the boy doesn't know what to do. He's too scared to even scream for help. He closes his eyes and starts to cry when he's abruptly lifted into the air. The boy opens his eyes to see that it's his father.
Okay. Yo, I thought low-key, like, I don't know my face reaction. I was like looking like, yo, I thought it picked him up to eat him.
He picks up the boy and starts to run as fast as he can. The boy can see over his
use the high knees, man.
Shoulder that the monster has not changed its course to follow them. It seems to still be focused on the building he was playing next to. The monster finally reaches the building and begins swiping at it, tearing it apart as the other satellites slowly realign, all pointing at the creature once again.
They're going to show at the same time?
The sound of the invisible army increases, and the monster reels as if it is struck by unseen weapons. It suddenly rears back in pain as an artillery shell appears just feet away from it before exploding in the creature's face. But nothing seems able to deter it, and it keeps clawing at the building with the satellite dish. The father finally reaches the mother.
One satellite down? I'm confused.
There is a loud noise, and the family turns to watch as the monster finishes destroying the building.
Don't tell me it's gonna turn to them.
And turns its attention.
Oh, nah!
But then the dishes unleash another blast of electricity at it with a thunderous crack. The creature howls in pain as it stumbles and falls to its knees. It is struggling to get back
kill
up
it!
Yet another blast
there you go. Keep shredding. Yo, I'm telling you.
It breathes a couple of final labored breaths before it closes its eyes. Its enormous tongue lolling out of its mouth.
Man.
The creature is finally
dead. We don't need none of those, you know. Yo, I'm just saying. Yo, but right there, I'm low key. Like low key, I'm telling you that we gonna make some beef jerky out of that now stuff.
A loud celebratory cheer goes up in the empty field from what sounds like hundreds of people as the creature begins to slowly fade from view before eventually disappearing completely. Meanwhile, all the family can do is stare in amazement at the bizarre scene they have just witnessed.
What?
The extremely strange events that just befell this average family may sound like the plot of a movie, and in some ways, it was. Because this is SCP-2954, also known as Looping Kaiju Killing. SCP-2954 is an anomaly that consists of several distinct components. The first, SCP-2954-1A, are the 6 large structures that resemble buildings with satellite dishes, which are located near a now deserted rural town in Japan.
So, like, can they kill people by mistake, though? Like, let's say they kill someone. Like, can they? Like, I'm so confused.
The word resemble is very important, because these are not actual satellite dishes, but instead appear to be nothing more than facsimiles of real ones. The interior of the SCP-2954-1A buildings lack all of the mechanical components one would expect to find inside, and instead contain only a crude rope and pulley system, which control the satellite dishes on the building's roof.
And it still works.
Despite their lack of internal machinery, the satellite dishes are nonetheless somehow capable of discharging powerful electric arcs of energy, which they only do when confronted by an SCP-2954-2 instance.
Can it be Goku though?
SCP-2954-2 refers to creatures which have a mix of reptilian, amphibious, and fish-like traits. They are always 50 to 60 meters in height.
Okay, so
most of their
I was like, is it like different kaiju, or is it just this one specific kaiju? I'm guessing just this one specific kaiju.
Except for their scaled underbellies, which are red. Both their back and forearms have large spiny fins, and SCP-2954-2 instances walk upright on 2 legs, though they are always hunchbacked. Their mouths are also always agape and are capable of spitting a highly corrosive acid. These creatures appear during a period of time that have been designated as Tsuburaya events. These events, which start every 7 days, consist of a single instance of SCP-2954-2 manifesting near the SCP-2954-1A buildings before it begins destroying its surroundings.
We got ad. Yo, I can't pause it. You guys already know. I don't care what kind of ad it is. If I don't get paid at least a single penny, I'm not gonna show the other volume. We're gonna skip it. But remember, guys, if you ever get one ads, watch the whole thing. Thank you for the support. Let's keep it going. All right.
The buildings will then activate, turning their attention on.
So like that wire, the thingy that broke, will it come back or just that's it destroyed?
Creature and firing their electric arcs at it in an attempt to stop its rampage. This will cause SCP-2954-2 to focus its attention on one of the buildings, which it will then try to destroy. As it does so, the sounds of weapons being fired, vehicles moving, and orders being shouted in Japanese can be heard. This Phantom Army, which has been designated as SCP-2954-1B, is only heard, not seen, and there are never any physical signs of their fight, save for the creature's own reactions to the weapons and the occasional artillery shell that will materialize in midair before striking it. During these Tsuburaya events, the SCP-2954-2 instance will always destroy at least one of the satellite dish buildings, and various other explosions roughly equivalent to what would be expected from small vehicles being destroyed will also be seen as it fights back against the 2954-1B army. Eventually, the combined assault of the 1A and 1B forces will be enough to overwhelm the creature, and it will collapse, grow transparent, and eventually disappear completely.
Okay.
A disembodied cheer will be heard, presumably from the 1B army, and any damage to the environment, including the 1A buildings, will be reversed.
Okay, so there we go. But can it kill people? If it cannot kill people, none that, I'll say it's probably like, let's say, in the save range. I'll say it like that.
But what is the cause of this endless cycle of destruction and restoration? Where do the creatures come from, and what do they want? And who is the invisible army that always stands ready to fight back against the rampaging monsters? The answers to those questions may have been discovered while exploring the area where the Tsuburaya events take place. There, in another small abandoned building, SCP Foundation agents discovered a trove of objects that may shed some light on just what these creatures are.
The Kaiju movie?
Objects located included various movie posters, film reels, and documents that appear to be related to the production and distribution of motion pictures. The posters seem to depict creatures quite similar to the SCP-2954-2 instances, and the title of the poster, when translated from Japanese, reads, Fukairu's Assault. When agents viewed the footage on the film reels, they found that it depicted a scenario quite similar to the Tsuburaya events.
It's the same thing.
Also of interest are a series of notes found within a filing cabinet inside of the building, with several being of particular note. The first, when translated from Japanese, reads, Our sponsor gave 20 monsters to shoot. We'll pick the best footage.
Okay.
The second, which is dated to 1974, says, Filming completed. Don't forget, call our sponsor to say further shipments are unneeded. The third and fourth are both addressed to what may be the film's producers, and they read, Do you need more Fukairu? We can resupply until you're satisfied. And, You have not replied for a while. Regardless, we will send another shipment. Happy filming.
Is it them? Is it them that keeps sending the shipment? Like, I'm so confused. I'm like, what?
But perhaps strangest of all is that there are multiple similar versions of the last note, and while the oldest is dated to 1972, additional instances continue to appear to this day, with new letters sporadically manifesting inside of the filing cabinet. The obvious danger that is caused by a rampaging 50-meter-tall monster is clear, and this anomaly has been classified Euclid as a result.
I was thinking about that, but like, I don't know. This was a weird one. Can it kill people? I would say, like, if it doesn't kill no one, it'll be maybe to the safe side, but like at the same time, it's still a kaiju. That's what I said, but like, I don't know.
Though since the creature is inevitably always killed by the SCP-2954-1 forces, containment is instead focused on keeping the public away from the area.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Guards have been stationed around the area to prevent civilians from entering during Tsuburaya events, and any members of the public who do manage to witness an event are to be administered Class A amnestics.
They forget everything.
What is the origin of these looping kaiju? Did someone attempt to harness an anomalous source in order to produce special effects for their film? If so, were they killed by their own creation before being able to turn it off, leading to a never-ending cycle of attacks? While we may never know the answer for sure, at least the result is entertaining, provided you keep your distance, that is. Now go and watch another entry from the files of Dr. Bob, like SCP-2863, the Gashadokuro, for another giant, frightening SCP that hails from Japan.
And this one was good too.
Cut! And make sure you subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss a single anomaly as we delve further and further into the SCP Foundation's classified archives.
That was good. I like it. This one was also good. The skeleton one, if you guys haven't seen that one, this one is kind of like brutal. It was cool. It was a good one too. Alright, let me end my video. I don't want to be too long. Guys, hit the like button. Supposed to be even more. Turn up the notifications to become one of the early gang, which means be in the comment section. Which means you can be in the comment section first. Which means to the comment section. You go tell me again to play. Does not have to be a Roblox game. You can tell me a video to react, but please link the video in the comment section. It'll be easy for me to find. Or you can be like, how you doing? We'll always try to reply back to you guys. And you can also hit the subscribe button too. Go to 5,000 subscribers. And yeah, that's much it. It's your boy Frame out.